In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make this trellis to make any tomato grower jealous. Why build a trellis if you have tomato cages? Well, I don't know about you, but I have never grown a single tomato plant that has actually been able to fit in one of these. These are better off for your pepper plants. For the last 3 years, I've been using this lean and lower tomato trellis to grow tomato plants upwards of 15 to 18 feet tall, supporting anywhere from determinate to indeterminate tomatoes alike. If you want to grow those delicious cherry and Roma tomatoes all throughout your season, you need a trellis like this. But as you could probably see, this trellis ain't doing so hot. And since I've been growing tomatoes in the same location for the last 3 years, it's time to be a better steward of my soil and move my tomatoes to a different location. So what I'm going to do is build a bigger, badder, stronger tomato trellis to support my tomatoes. And for this build, I'm going to be using 3/4 inch EMT conduit and some special connectors to make it really easy to put this trellis together. And with that, I want to thank MakerPipe for being the sponsor of today's video. I literally could not have put this project together without them. And I've used their special connectors to make tons of different projects across the homestead. It's like a DIY adult version of K'NEX, and I absolutely love it. I put a link in the description. If you want to go check them out, you can make anything that your imagination can dream up using EMT Conduit. And like every project I dream up, it always starts with a rudimentary plan. Hey, you got to start somewhere. But honestly, this project's pretty simple. I've got these 2 raised beds back here. I want to mirror the exact same thing I did in that garden bed over there. So these raised beds are about 10 feet long. So I got some 10-foot pieces of EMT conduit. Works out perfectly. But if you were making your own from scratch, what I would do is just measure the length of your garden bed and measure the width between your garden beds. I know that I want to have my trellis about in the center, or maybe toward a little bit toward the outside of the garden beds, so that way the tomatoes have plenty of space to stretch their roots. So I know that my desired distance is about 5 feet apart, but just go out there and measure your space and figure out exactly what you need. But this is honestly the hardest part, because now I have a ready to go cut list. Let's go cut some conduit. Unlike working with lumber where you need a drill, a driver, screws, a saw, and a tape measure, all you're gonna need for this project is a tape measure, something to mark the conduit with, and a conduit cutter. That's really it. I guess you'll need a Allen key in order to tighten the bolts on the conduit connections, but very, very simple tools, which is what makes this project so easy. Whenever I make a project, I always try to have as little material left over as possible because I want to be as sustainable as possible, especially when I'm bringing materials in. So for this, not only are my centers of my raised beds about 5 feet apart, that's also half of a piece of conduit. So I'm just going to measure to this 5-foot length here. I'm going to make a mark, and I always like to measure from the other side as well, just to make sure that my 2 pieces are going to be the same dimension. Yeah, it looks like this piece is actually a little bit bigger than 10 feet. So I'm going to make another mark just so we know we're cutting exactly in the middle. Now the way this tool works is I just loosen this piece here so that way it fits on the conduit, get it between my 2 marks, tighten it just ever so slightly so it's not falling off, and we just spin it around. And as we spin, it's going to make a cut in the conduit, just like this. So all I have to do is spin it around every few turns, give it a little twist to tighten it, and just keep doing that until it cuts in half. There we go. So for this top portion up here, I'm going to be using these 90-degree connections. And these are really nice because the way this works is a piece of conduit goes in here, and here. So we're going to use that to make the rectangle. And then the pieces that will make the trellis go vertical out of the ground will connect it into here. So you can see this is a really cool connection. I'm just going to take the piece of conduit, put it on this end, tighten it down, and attach it to a 10-foot piece of conduit to make a rectangle. The way that I like to make up these connections is just first, very loosely, get yourself a couple bolts and a couple of these special nuts, and we'll just get these on here and make sure that you're putting that piece into the hole so that way it can lock up properly, facing inward. And I always like to put this end on the outside because it allows me to go around and easily tighten everything up once I'm done. Now that the bolts are on, it makes it really easy to just place the conduit in, push it until it cannot go anymore, and then go ahead and tighten it up. Don't over tighten things right now. We'll just tighten it up so that way it is connected together, and then we'll go back around at the end. Because as you tighten all of the pieces, put all the pieces together, it's going to make it more secure. Awesome. There's my rectangle. And now before I do anything else, I want to bring it into the garden and make sure it's actually fitting the way I imagined it. All right. It's looking pretty good. It's actually a little bit wider and longer than I expected because I didn't take into consideration the little bit of space that the connectors actually added, but I think it's generally right where I want it. Now I'm going to be able to plant the tomato plants right in the middle of the bed, and they're going to kind of grow outwards, which is good because then I can plant some other things on the inside here, like some basil or some marigolds. Always love companion planting. But now it's time to think about how tall you want the trellis to be. Since we're using EMT, the absolute tallest it could be is 10 feet tall, but honestly, that is extremely tall. So what I'm gonna do is take my conduit and measure 2 feet from one end and make a mark on my 4 pieces that are gonna become my posts. And I'm gonna sink them into the ground about 2 feet. So this will make an 8-foot tall trellis, and it'll also lock everything together and make it really sturdy so that way it won't fall over. It'll be nice and rigid to be able to support your tomatoes. And depending on how hard or soft your soil is, you might need a ladder and a mallet to drive it in. Now, the best way I found to actually get these in place accurately is to leave the trellis, at least the top of the trellis, in the position that it wants to be in, and just loosen these bolts slightly, because what you're gonna have to do is slide the conduit into this hole right here. So just loosen it up enough to be able to get your piece of conduit to slide in like this, and then you'll know it's in the exact position it needs to be in. Look how solid this is though. It ain't moving. Now that I've got the 4 posts in place, what I'm gonna do is ever so slightly tighten these bolts back up. Because what I wanna do is rely on the friction to be able to raise this whole trellis upward. So it's too tight there for me to pull it up. Loosen it a little bit. See if we can pull it up like that. Good. Tighten it. And now I'm going to work my way all the way around until I can get to the trellis up to the height that I want. I'm going to give these bolts one last tighten in their final position. And I mean, look at that. You can honestly probably leave it like this, but based off of my experience with this trellis in the past, at least the wooden version, we're going to put on a couple more braces to really strengthen this up. Remember, the strength in triangles. Here, let's look at this trellis again. You can see that the wood is kind of bowing, and even these braces here are kind of bowing in toward the middle, because as the tomatoes start to grow, they get heavy and they're pulling down on this trellis. So what we're gonna do is add some braces here and across from one to the other to really, really strengthen up and make it the structure so much more rigid. Even though it's conduit and honestly a lot stronger than the wood, I don't want to have to remake it like I do this one in the future. So to make these corner braces, I'm going to cut 4 2.5-foot pieces. So with my 2.5-foot pieces, what I'm going to use are these 45-degree angle connections, which is perfect for this case. So I'll be able to tie this onto an upright, put this in like this, and it'll make a perfect 45-degree angle, which I'll be able to connect to the horizontal and vertical pieces. All 4 corner braces are up, but as you can see, we've still got a little bit of wiggle here. So I want to put one more brace in. I want to attach these 2 posts together to get rid of this wiggle here. I mean, this trellis is really tall and the material is pretty thin, so there's always going to be a little bit of wiggle. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, especially when the wind comes by. It'll actually help the tomatoes move with the wind instead of snapping. So what I need to do is measure from this corner here to a connection point on this upright. And it looks like 6 feet is about what I want. I don't want it to be too low where I'm gonna knock my head on it, but I want it to be low enough where it's actually providing a strong enough angle to get rid of this wiggle and provide more support. And since this angle can vary based off of your specific project, it's probably not gonna be exactly 45 degrees like we did in the corners. So we have this special connector here, which is a custom angle. So I'm gonna use one on both sides. And now I'm just gonna hook one up at the top, and you can see how this angle is able to move, and I can make it exactly how I want it. There we go. Look how much, it's not even wobbling anymore. Perfect. And just like that, the tomato trellis is done. And it looks so good, and it's also so strong. It's not in your face compared to the wooden one. I think it turned out really good. But you know, my daughter already told me, she's like, Dad, it looks pretty nice, but it could be better. And I said, oh yeah, what can make it better? And she was like, paint it rainbow. So we'll have to see if that actually comes to fruition. But now you're like, Phil, hey, we built the trellis itself, but how do I actually grow my tomatoes up this? And unfortunately, it's still March and not time to actually plant our tomatoes yet, but it's gonna be coming soon in a very few weeks, which is why I wanted to get this project done. But what I like to use are these J hooks. These are absolutely perfect, especially for growing indeterminate tomato varieties, because those tomatoes will just keep growing and growing and growing all throughout the season and get to 18 feet tall, like I mentioned. So all I'll do is hang these at the top of the trellis, just like that, and I will unravel this rope and bury it underneath my tomatoes when I plant them. And as the tomatoes grow, I'll just keep twirling them up this jute rope. And then as they get to the top, once they get to the top here, I'll just lower this rope down, and it will lower the tomato plant and give it even more room to grow. So it's almost like an infinite tomato trellis. And another thing that you can do is actually slide this along the top of the trellis and do almost like a carousel all the way around with all of your tomato plants. And that will just let them keep growing and growing and growing until the frost comes and kills them off at the end of the season. Well, I hope you enjoy this build, and don't forget to go down in the description and check out some of these maker pipe connections so that way you can build one of these trellises for yourself. And once you do, I promise you, all of your friends or neighbors that grow tomatoes are gonna be jealous. Thanks for coming along with me on this one, and I can't wait to see you next time.